Imagine this: you walk into a room, say absolutely nothing, yet someone can't stop thinking about you for days. It's not magic, it's not luck. It's the art of shaping desire, not in a crude, obvious way, but with subtle psychological precision. Most men believe attraction is about what you say or how much money you flash. But the truth is, the most unforgettable seducers work in the shadows of a woman's mind. They don't chase, they haunt. Let's be clear, this isn't about fake confidence, cheesy lines, or trying to impress. This is about creating a psychological pull so powerful, she becomes addicted to the way you make her feel, without even understanding why. Once you grasp the mechanisms behind real dark psychology, attraction will never look the same. Robert Greene, in The Art of Seduction, shows that history's most seductive men weren't the richest or most handsome. They were emotionally strategic. Casanova didn't win with looks. He made women feel seen, sparked curiosity, and played with their fantasies. Desire isn't about reality, it's about illusion, and here's a truth most men miss. Attention kills mystery. The more you over-explain, over-text, or overshare, the more you dilute your presence. Desire is like fire, oxygen fuels it, but too much closeness smothers it. The man who knows how to give just enough and then disappear becomes unforgettable. She'll replay your words, wonder why you went silent. That space, that's where obsession takes root. Here's what most men don't understand: women don't fall for facts, they fall for feelings. You don't need genius or six-pack abs, you need to trigger emotional chemistry. When she feels uncertainty, when she's slightly off balance, her mind works overtime trying to solve you. And that's when she gets hooked. We're not addicted to pleasure, we're addicted to the anticipation of pleasure. That mystery, that tension, that chase. A 1996 University of Virginia study proved it. Women obsessed over men they weren't sure about. Uncertainty breeds desire. If you're always available, always sweet, always clear, you rob her of the drama her mind craves. True seduction isn't about being liked, it's about being fascinating, and fascination lives in the unknown. Real seducers don't beg for validation, they suggest, they imply, they plant seeds and let imagination do the work. Here's where dark psychology shines. Every human has emotional triggers. Most men ignore them. The man who learns to subtly press those buttons, he's unforgettable. One powerful tool: intermittent reinforcement. Reward unpredictably, warm then cold, present then absent. That's how casinos create addiction: unpredictable rewards, always being sweet, always responsive. That's seductive suicide. Desire needs variation. Like music, it's the contrast, the suspense, the pauses that stir emotion, and emotion is the gateway to desire. Neil Strauss, in The Game, revealed how master seducers use false disqualifiers. You're fun, but not my type. That paradox, interest mixed with distance, creates confusion. And confusion is powerful. The brain craves resolution, and when she can't figure you out, she starts investing emotional energy. That's the currency of obsession. Picture two men. One says, "You're so beautiful, I'd do anything for you." The other says, "You're interesting. I haven't decided what to think of you yet." Guess who makes her heart race? It's not about praise, it's about emotional power, and that power comes not from dominance, but from detachment, from being the sun, not the satellite. Every woman holds a fantasy version of herself. Your job, mirror it back, not with words, but with energy, silence, and presence. When you make her feel more alive, more feminine, she'll chase that high. You won't just be a man, you'll be an experience. One of dark seduction's hidden tools: pace. Most men rush. The seductive man moves slow, builds unbearable tension. When you delay gratification, she obsesses over your next move, because you've tapped into longing. When you're with her, make her feel she's the only woman in the world. When you're gone, be a ghost. That contrast burns into memory. She'll chase the feeling you gave, not the logic she tries to apply. Is this manipulative? Intent matters. If you aim to harm, yes, it's toxic. But if you aim to ignite real desire, to make her feel alive, you're mastering an art most men ignore. The final rule of Part 1: Never seek validation. The more you chase approval, the more power she holds. Flip the frame, let her try to win you. That ambiguity is where magic lives. The moment before a woman gets emotionally hooked. It's not after a compliment or kiss. It's when she feels you could have her, but choose not to. That elegant restraint signals rarity. And in attraction, rarity is power. Predictability kills tension. The best seducers aren't just confident. They're elusive. They know when to give and when to pull back. What's denied gains value. What's delayed fuels desire. True seduction lives in anticipation. It's not the kiss. It's the moment right before. That's where a master seducer plays. Eye contact, not polite glances. A slow, anchored gaze that says, I see through you. That calm intensity stirs vulnerability. You're not seeking approval. You're observing, and that subtle challenge is irresistible. Shift from I hope she likes me to let's see if she aligns with me. Now you're the selector, the prize. Seduction is about creating emotional mirrors. Let her feel felt. Don't rush to fix, hold space. That's the difference between a man she forgets and one she remembers. And finally, live a life so rich and purposeful that your absence becomes your power. Seduction isn't a tactic, it's an identity. A man immersed in purpose doesn't chase, he attracts. There's a reason why the most dangerous seducers in history didn't just attract. They endured in the minds of their targets. They didn't simply create desire in the moment. They installed themselves into the architecture of the other person's thoughts. Here's the truth no one tells you. Attraction fades when it's predictable, but mystery plants seeds that bloom over time. When you craft moments that leave questions unanswered, you're not just interesting in the moment. You're unforgettable in memory. Consider this, a woman's mind doesn't fall for what is given freely. It falls for what is hinted at, then withheld. The most powerful seduction happens when you become the puzzle she feels compelled to solve, but never fully can. And this is where the dark seducer thrives. You don't fill the silence, you let it linger. You don't answer every question, you respond with a look that suggests more than words ever could. You don't just flatter, you reflect back hidden parts of her that even she doesn't fully understand. This is what sparks obsession, the sense that you see what others don't, the sense that you're not fully captured, no matter how hard she tries. Emotional contrast is another powerful tool. Warmth followed by cool detachment, attention followed by absence, empathy followed by a subtle challenge. Each shift keeps her emotionally off balance, and that tension is addictive. Why? Because the human mind craves emotional resolution, and when you control that resolution, you control where her mind lingers. You're not manipulating. You're composing an emotional symphony with pauses, crescendos, and silences that stir the soul. Here's another secret, the power of implication over explanation. Most men explain themselves, eager to be understood. The master seducer implies, creating a canvas where her imagination does the work. And what she imagines is always more powerful than what you could say outright. Take Casanova or even modern dark seducers. They left just enough clues to spark fascination, but never enough to be fully known. That tension between what she sees and what she senses beneath creates emotional gravity. And let's talk about energy control. The seductive man enters a room and radiates self-possession. His energy is contained. He doesn't seek attention, attention seeks him. He moves with deliberation, speaks with calm, pauses with confidence. Every action suggests, I am complete, whether you engage with me or not. That energy is magnetic because it's rare. Most people leak energy through nervous laughter, rushed speech, overeager gestures. The master seducer gathers his energy inward, and that quiet strength becomes irresistible. Another layer, emotional reflection. People fall for those who mirror their inner world. But dark seduction isn't about mirroring what's obvious, it's about sensing what's hidden. The unspoken longings, the quiet insecurities, the secret desires. When she feels seen at that level, the bond deepens beyond logic. And remember this timeless rule, the more space you give, the more she fills it with thoughts of you. The more you pull back, the more she leans in, the more you suggest, the more she invests in decoding you. This is the paradox of dark psychology in seduction. By doing less with precision, you achieve more. And finally, anchor yourself in purpose. Seduction without a larger mission becomes hollow. Women are drawn to men who are on a path, men whose lives have weight beyond any single interaction. Your deepest power isn't in what you do to attract, it's in what you are. A man so focused on his vision that his presence feels rare, valuable, and worth chasing. Because at the heart of all true seduction is this: you are the prize, and your world is the invitation. Listen closely, this isn't for everyone. This is for the man who dares to walk the edge. Every ordinary man seeks validation. But you offer uncertainty, and that, right there, is the beginning of obsession. Understand this: when you give too much, she values less. When you leave gaps, she fills them with fantasy. When you hint, she imagines. And what she imagines binds her to you far tighter than anything you could ever say. Think of the man who truly captivates a woman's soul. He isn't loud, he isn't eager. He moves through the world with quiet certainty. His eyes speak what his mouth leaves unsaid. When you master dark seduction, your presence haunts her. Not with desperation, but with mystery. A glance that lingers a moment too long, a silence that makes her wonder what you're thinking, a compliment that feels earned, not given freely. You see, the weak man gives attention like water from a broken tap. The master gives it like wine from a rare bottle, sparingly, with purpose. She leans in because you don't rush to fill the void. She reaches out because you don't chase. She thinks about you at night because you're not always there during the day. Now listen carefully: the most addictive force in seduction isn't pleasure, it's uncertainty. When she doesn't know where she stands with you, when she feels your warmth one moment, and your cool detachment the next, when she can't predict your next move, the tension hooks her deeper and deeper. Your gaze should say, "I see through you." Your touch should say, "I choose when and how." Your energy should say, "I am the storm and the calm that follows." Never explain too much. Never give her all the answers. Seduction isn't about being understood. It's about being felt. And above all, be the man who doesn't need her. Because the man who doesn't need is the man she wants. This is dark psychology. This is the path of the master seducer. Remember this: in the world of seduction, it's not the man who gives the most who is remembered. It's the man who makes her feel the most. Not through gifts, not through words, but through presence, mystery, tension. You are not here to please. You are here to haunt, to be the question that keeps her awake at night, the enigma she tries to solve and never can. Because true power in seduction is not about making her love you. It's about making her unable to forget you. You are no longer chasing, you are becoming what she craves. Now go and walk the world as the man she cannot have, but cannot stop wanting.